Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. Dan. I'm Rob, that's Dan, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
No one noticed, Dan. No one noticed.
No, but there's no notification on the screen, so there's no reason for it to sound.
Okay, Dan. We believe you. Sorry there. Dan's scrolling TikTok while we're doing the show. Anyway, how are you doing, guys? Welcome. It is 8:30 a.m. Central European Time, and of course, you're joining me and Dan live. How's it going out there, folks? It is our post-trivia night show. So you know how this works. It's a little slower, a little more delicate than usual. You came last night, Dan. Did you have fun?
Yes.
It was a good one. How did your team do?
We were the second one.
The second? Oh, congratulations.
Or the fourth one. I don't know.
Fitz's team won, predictably. Although we should say that there were 7 people on his team. And there were some teams with only 2 people. So, well done to Fitz. I liked the name. It was No Excuses for the Lunchtimers. Yeah, it was a good team. Can I just say a big thank you and a big heartfelt, just all my gratitude really to all the people who came last night. It was so much fun. Yeah, thank you. Quite right. We were competing with the football. Well, actually, Dan, I think the football was competing with us. A special thank you to obviously Nicole and Avril, Noel's family that came down, Juana and Cami from Segovia who came up to me, and it was just beautiful. Of course, Vero, Artemisa who came as well. It was so good to see you guys too, all of you. It was a wonderful evening. We managed to fill the place for the first time ever. I think we struggled for seating, which was nice. You know, that's a good problem to have. More than empty seats. All right, should we see what's coming up in today's show? I think we should. Today we're going back to relationships, Dan. Now that I'm in one, might as well talk about it. We're talking about, particularly about compatibility. The idea that, I think it's the same in Spanish, right? Compatibilidad. First, we asked our 100 humans to name something that both men and women use to get ready for a date. Something that both men and women use to get ready for a date. Nombra algo que tanto hombres como mujeres usan para prepararse para una cita. And today's unpopular opinion is love is less about compatibility and more about timing. El amor trata menos de compatibilidad y más de timing. Really? You say timing, Dan, in Spain?
Depends on what does it mean.
Well, it means el mejor momento, right? The best moment
to start.
Yeah. It depends on, the point of life you are both in. You can be very compatible with someone, but if the timing is wrong, si quizás uno de ellos se han separado, if it's just bad timing, then compatibility is irrelevant, isn't it? So that's today's unpopular opinion. We'll get into that in a bit. But first, I want to turn my attention to the wonderful people joining me in the live audience. If you want to join us live, you can do that on twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. I mean, come on, guys. Join us live. There were a lot of you here yesterday. I love that. I mean, look, what is the worst that can happen? Oh, Dan.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
You're quick. Good for you, Dan. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. Thank you, Donald Trump, for absolutely destroying the English language. Okay, let's see who's joining us live. We've got BTI, Born to Iron Man, in the audience. He says, "Good morning, Bohemians." Vero's here. Good morning, beautiful Bohemians around the universe and beyond. Thanks for an amazing trivia night. We had a blast. I had a blast that you had a blast, Vero. It was lovely to see you and your brother. Eugene's here. He says, "Hi guys, good morning, Eugene," joining us all the way from Russia. Artemisa, good morning, Rob, Dan, the radio man, and all the charming, cheerful bohemians. Happy Wednesday. Oh, geez, Dan. I still remember when the trivia night was a Wednesday, and then I'd wake up the following morning destroyed, but it was Jueves. We still got 3 days ahead of us. Wah, wah, wah. Vero's here. Our team, the Magnificent Seven, ended up 4th place, though Mr. Daddy Vaughan was with us. The riff round was the worst for us. Yeah, it was good. I did general knowledge, and then I did media, just general media questions. Andrea did this round that you needed. I don't know, Dan. I think you needed an encyclopedic knowledge of history in order to get it right.
Nah, it's gonna be easy, no?
Yeah.
Always lying.
Those were lies, yeah. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be. But the riff round, I really enjoyed. I think I would have... Did you do well on the final round?
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
We were with Alberto, so...
Oh, dude, yeah. And Alberto es de mi época, as you say. He's around my age. We've got very similar interests and likes when it comes to popular culture. So I knew Alberto was going to do well. I just knew it. Okay, should we get into some news? Again, if you want to join us live, twitch.tv/professional bohemian, twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Bohemio Profesional, pero in inglés. Of course, you can interact with my show outside of our live hours. And you can do that on my Instagram, which is @professionalbohemian. Or if you're extra specially cool and sexy, you can join me on my Patreon, where you get access to all the links I use in the show, the video on demand, as well as other original series you can only find there. Oh, and there's a little reminder. Juanma Castaño, John Emmanuel Chestnut Tree. Juanma Castaño is going to be joining me on the lunchtime show. If you have a question you want to ask him, you can do that via my Instagram as well. All right, should we do it? Let's look at some news, Dan. Go easy on me today, Daniel. I'm delicate. No. All right, we're going to do some AI-related news. Sorry, Dan. From The Guardian. It was from this weekend, and I wanted to talk about this. I think it pertains to a book. I wanted to talk about this earlier on, but given that we're here now, Dan, let's have a look. Will human minds still be special in an age of AI? Seguirán siendo especiales las mentes humanas en la era de inteligencia artificial. Interesting. Human intelligence is often discussed as if it exists on a single scale, with AI steadily climbing towards and beyond us. This article argues that this is a wrong way to think about minds. Intelligence is not like height, where one thing simply exceeds another. It's shaped by constraints, and human intelligence has been formed by the realities of short lifespans, limited brain capacity, and imperfect communication. Those limits have made us remarkably good at learning from small amounts of experience, focusing attention, reading other minds, and building shared systems of knowledge through language, teaching, writing, and science. It's true that the human mind is an incredibly complex system. And like with many things in creativity, or when we come to consciousness, right, or cognitive ability, it's quite often the limitations that helps you, the constraints, the limitations, the walls, the barriers around us that helps us achieve greater things. I mean, think about this, Dan. How important was the invention of the printing press, or even just writing, right? The idea that we could pass knowledge to future generations outside of the oral tradition. It lifted our collective intelligence to the stratosphere. AI, by contrast, is shaped by very different conditions: vast training data, scalable computing power, and easy information sharing across machines. That means AI may outperform humans in some tasks while still struggling in ways to find simple, From counting letters to judging numerical similarity in practical settings, the article's central point is that human minds will remain special, not because machines cannot be impressive, but because human and artificial intelligence are fundamentally different kinds of intelligence. Rather than seeing AI as a rival on a single ladder, we may be better off understanding it as a companion with different strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, I see in AI, Dan. I don't think I'm unique in seeing it in this way, but it's just another man-made evolution. When you think about the history of the human animal, right? We are poorly equipped to live on this planet that we share. Right? We are really badly equipped for it. We've got soft, spongy, delicate feet to run around the savannah, so we invented shoes. You know, the world is parts of the world are too cold for our frail human body and skin, so we invented clothing. Our eyes are not 100% fit for the distances we need to see and travel, or even for close-up, detailed work quite often. So we invented glasses. You know, our history has been somewhat, our intellectual evolution has somewhat aided our fragile natures. And I think artificial intelligence is just another step on our natural path to evolve intellectually. Right? We're at a point where, you know, our only limitation is the length and breadth of our own knowledge. I mean, what is sad is that intellectual labor is slowly being outsourced, isn't it, to AI? And I think it's really hampering, it's really becoming a deterrence, it's becoming an obstacle for our critical thinking skills, which is, of course, what this show is all about, critical thinking, posing you questions and having you look at the pros and cons. Yeah, but one thing is for sure, the human mind will always be special, I think. All right, we'll do one more piece of news. Dan, do we have time? Yeah, more or less. Okay. A weird piece of news. This was almost to complete the news. City birds appear to be more afraid of women than men. And scientists have no idea why. Las aves urbanas parecen tener más miedo a las mujeres que a los hombres. Y los científicos no saben por qué. Dude. Go out on a date, scientists. You'll soon understand why. Cancelled. Anyway, let's continue. A new study suggests that city birds across Europe may be more wary of women than men, and researchers do not yet know why. Observing 37 species in urban areas across 5 countries, scientists found that birds tended to fly away sooner when approached by women. And with men able to get about a meter closer on average before the animals fled. The pattern held regardless of clothing, height, or approach style, suggesting that birds may be picking up on some other cue that helps them distinguish between human sexes. Any theories as to why, Dan?
Not really.
No, yeah, nothing that we can say on the radio, I imagine. Let's see. Researchers say that the finding points to a surprisingly sophisticated ability in birds to assess their surroundings, even if the mechanism remains unclear. Possible explanations include differences in smell, body shape, or gait. Do you know what gait is, Dan?
Not really, no.
More or less the way you walk. Okay, the rhythm at which you walk. But the study did not determine which cues matter. The results also fits with earlier animal research showing that some mammals respond differently to men and women. For now, scientists say they have identified a real behavioral pattern, but not the reason behind it. All right, friends, you will find both those links on my Patreon later on this afternoon if you do indeed subscribe to me there. But right now, let's move on to an unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Woo, here we go, friends. It's an interesting one today. I mean, we tend to think of partnerships and meeting our, as you say in Spanish, our media naranja, right? Our half orange, our better half. We tend to think it's a question of compatibility, don't we? Yeah, we tend to think, well, maybe if we share the same common goals and values and Perhaps if this person just feels right, it's a chemical thing. We tend to prize that over anything else. But I think we forget a really huge part of the puzzle, which is the perfect timing, right? You're at a point in life where you both want to commit. You're at a point in life where you both are pulling in the same direction. Timing can be the most important thing. So today's unpopular opinion is love, el amor, love, trata menos de compatibilidad, is less about timing, less about compatibility and more about timing. Y más de timing. El momento perfecto, the timing. How do you think they voted on Instagram, Dan?
I think they voted false.
It was very close today, but they voted true, Daniel. Womp, womp, womp. 53% true. The vote is still live on Instagram if you want to keep on voting there. But yeah, 53% true. What do you think, dude?
I think it's false.
You think it's false? It's more about compatibility than timing. Okay, well, I won't ask you a rationale. I will simply go to the pros and cons, sir. So let's look at the pro column, given that, oh, look at that, the vote has changed. It's already 55% true, 45% false. Okay, so let's look at the pro column, agreeing that timing, el momento perfecto, o la época perfecta, or, el año perfecto para comprometerte, to make a commitment. Let's see, timing matters more than compatibility. Here we go. Number 1, the right person, wrong time is common. People can meet someone highly compatible, but fail because of the life stage, emotional readiness, or external circumstances. Look, you could meet, Dan, I know you've already met the love of your life, but imagine you hadn't, right? You can meet the love of your life, and they are dealing with a bereavement, or they've just gotten out of a long-term relationship, or simply they're not at a moment in their life where they feel like they're emotionally ready to commit to a serious relationship. And independent of how compatible you are, if the chemistry works, you enjoy each other's smell and company, you can sit in silence with one another in perfect comfort, doesn't matter if you're both at different points in life. Readiness determines success. 2 people might only make a relationship work when both are prepared for commitment, growth, and stability. Now, you probably haven't had this experience, Dan, given that you've been in a relationship for a long while and you're quite young, but it does happen. You meet people, and because one, I don't want to harp on about my own, tragic history when it comes to relationships. But it does happen that you get into a relationship, you're both starting off on the same page, but just one person isn't ready. They like you, you like them, but it's just not the right time. Both people need to be prepared for commitment, and that quite often, especially today, in the age of dating apps and the proliferation of perceived choice out there in the world, compatibility quite often plays second to the idea that, you might not be ready to commit. Life context shapes relationships. Career demands, geography, mental health, or past experiences can override compatibility. Look, you're ready for a relationship. You're ready to move on to that next step, family, marriage. But your partner is in a period of their life where they need to focus on their career. Maybe they need to move to another country or another city for work reasons. Perhaps their mental health is suffering at this particular moment in time. Your compatibility is irrelevant, isn't it? When facing these issues that time can resolve. People change over time. Someone who isn't compatible today might be later, or vice versa. Timing influences who people are in the moment. Now, we've mentioned this a bunch of times in the show, right? The idea that the people we are shifting sands. We tend to think of ourselves as monoliths. This is who I am, and I never change. Well, we all know that that's crap, right? We all know that that's crap. I mean, you don't present yourself to your boss the same way you would talk to a 5-year-old child. You don't talk to your mum and dad the same way you talk to your work colleagues. I mean, we are multifaceted. And then our moral compass shifts with the ever-changing sands of time, right? Depending on your geographic location, depending at what point in life you're at. The person you are will shift like the sands. So maybe you're not compatible today, but, give it a few months. Who knows? Final point here. In the pro column, agreeing that timing matters more than compatibility. Even meeting someone depends on timing. Being in the same place, emotionally open and available. It is, when you think about it, so comedically unlikely that you will meet someone you are 100% aligned with. That you're in both in the perfect moment, perfect place, perfect time to meet and come together as a relationship. The chances are ever more remote, I feel like, nowadays. But let's get into the cons, where our Daniel sits. I think we're still on 45% of people voted con today. Let's have a look. Yes, that hasn't changed. So, these are the people saying that no, compatibility is more important than timing. Core values determine longevity. Differences in values, lifestyle, or goals will eventually create friction regardless of timing. I mean, that is true, but doesn't that hold more true for the end of a relationship rather than the beginning of one? And also, you can have the same goals, same lifestyle, same values. But if the timing isn't right, if one of those people are more committed to their career, or perhaps they have to move away to another city for a while, then regardless of how compatible you are, the relationship simply isn't going to work. Strong compatibility can override timing issues. Couples who are deeply aligned often find ways to navigate difficult circumstances. There's some truth to that. But when was the last time you heard about a successful long-distance relationship? Right? I mean, come on, let's be serious now. You can lie to yourselves, but you can't lie to Uncle Rob. Timing without compatibility leads to short-lived relationships. Being ready at the same time doesn't guarantee a good match. No, there is some truth to that, right? There is some truth to that. You can both be ready for a relationship, but if you're not compatible, then that relationship will just fizzle out, won't it? Next point. Healthy relationships require alignment, not just readiness. Communication styles, emotional needs, and life direction must fit for a relationship to last. I mean, I think here none of us would argue that both things are important, right? Both compatibility and timing. Both come together, that perfect marriage of both things, leading to a healthy, a relationship with longevity. But what is more important? Again, you can have the same communication style, emotional needs, your life directions might be heading in the same direction, but if the timing isn't there, if you're not meeting at the perfect moment, then all those things are just irrelevant for me. Let's get into the final point here in the con column, where 45% of people voted on Instagram. Timing issues can often be worked through. If two people are truly compatible, they may adapt or wait rather than give up. I would suggest that if the timing is bad, you won't even get the chance to wait or adapt. If the timing is bad, you never get off the starter's block, do you? It's an interesting one today. I mean, we've all been there, right? At some point in our lives, at a moment where we're looking for Mr. Right, or perhaps you're looking for Mr. Right now. And that's where timing comes into play, right? I mean, I've certainly met people where there's been a high level of compatibility, but simply the timing wasn't there. Most of those people are friends now, and I'm really grateful for that. Because let's face it, compatibility can swing in favor of friendships rather than a relationship, can't it? Can't it? You can be highly compatible with someone, emotionally, intellectually, and they can become a great friend, not a great relationship. I think it's a marriage of both things, where timing and compatibility come together in the perfect mix. But that's not what we do on this show, right? I ask you to make a decision. Which is more important? Is it timing? El momento perfecto para los dos, para ambos? Or is it compatibility, la compatibilidad, that really drives a relationship forward? It's an interesting question. That's why I'm going to post it in the poll for you, my thought leaders in the audience, our bohemians. If you want to be one of them, very simply go to twitch.tv, twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's where you'll find the poll today, and let's see if we can come to a consensus. Again, the vote has changed. We're now on 52% true, 48% false on Instagram. But right now we turn to our Twitch poll for our live viewers. Let's see if we can come to a consensus on this one. Again, thank you so much for joining me last night at the trivia night. The next one will be on the 2nd of June. And also a big heartfelt thank you for making this the most listened to show in the mornings on Vaughan Radio. You guys rock the block. I will be eternally grateful. All right, guys, I will see you in just a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind the scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're joining us live at 9 a.m, of course, me and Dan. How are you doing, Dan? How are you doing in there, man?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Was it a late night for you, later than usual?
No, because we finished earlier.
We did finish early. Andy and I are experts at getting this thing wrapped up by 9:30. But you know why? That's why people enjoy it so much. Because there's no wasted time. They do the trivia, then they drink. And everyone's happy. Thank you again for all those of you that came last night. Particularly, I want to shout out Nicole and Avril, the Clan Noel, who often is a contributor to this show. He's a great guy. Juanan, Cami from Segovia, Vero, Artemisa. Well, all of you guys for coming along. Yeah. We were competing against the football, so I do appreciate it. Usually when there's a football match on and it coincides with the trivia night, there are fewer people, but last night we packed the place, so thank you. All right, if you've just tuned in, what did you miss? We looked at an interesting article from The Guardian. Will human minds still be special in an age of artificial intelligence? It makes the argument that it is a very different kind of intelligence to our own AI. I think we can all agree on that. But mainly, I think what I want to take away from that is the idea that AI is a tool, man. It's nothing but a tool, a way to offload our a lot of cognitive tasks so we can better concentrate on the things that are important. So choose wisely when using AI what it is exactly you want it to be taken care of. The critical thinking, I would suggest, definitely falls in the realm of we humans. And then we looked at an interesting and weird article about city birds, las aves urbanas. They seem to be more afraid of women than they are of men, and scientists don't have a clue why. Interesting stuff. You can catch up with those articles on my Patreon later today.
You should ask that to Juanma.
Why? What is he likely to say?
I mean, why
city
do birds? Yeah?
You're going to get me into trouble, Dan.
¿Quién va a ganar la Eurocopa?
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, guys, I should mention that joining me in the lunchtime show, Andy won't be here, so Juanma Castaño, John Emmanuel Chestnut Tree, he will be joining me in the studio at 1:30 to have a little chat and join us on our lunchtime show Madness. So do come along and join us for that. That's 1:30 p.m. Central European Time. All right, then we moved on to our unpopular opinion, where we're talking about love. Oh, Dan, look at us. We're both in a relationship now. We can both do these topics. All right, so yeah, love. We're talking about love and compatibility. Is compatibility more important than timing, or is timing more important than compatibility? It's an interesting one. I don't think any of us would disagree that both things are incredibly important. But I'm asking you here, as I often do, to pick the most important. It's somewhat of a devil's choice, isn't it? If you choose one, you are immediately reminded of the importance of the other. Timing is the most important thing. Oh, really? What about shared values? And what about that chemical attraction that you don't quite know why, but when your bed sheets smell like your partner, it's just the most wonderful thing in the world. We just can't explain it. Compatibility. Oh, well, okay, yeah, compatibility is important. Really? But what about if your partner is not in a place, their mental health doesn't lend itself to being in a relationship, or they have to travel for work, or they're focusing on their career? Then your compatibility is irrelevant, isn't it? Yeah, it's impossible to choose. But that's why we ask you to do so on this show. A show dedicated to critical thinking. All right, let's take a look at our amazing thought leaders in the chat. Some great comments here. Artemisa says, Andrea's history round was incredibly difficult. Yeah, you needed an encyclopedic knowledge of history. Ancient history it wasn't one of the questions or one of the options Mount Vesuvius exploding. Jeez Louise, man. Anyway, I enjoyed the riff round. Andy did a good job there. Anyway, let's continue. Vero says false. If there is no compatibility in the couple, there won't be time to spend it together. I mean, time, I think there will be, right? But the quality and nature of that time is going to be, is going to be different if they're lacking in compatibility. Yeah, I don't know. But then if there is compatibility, but the timing is wrong, what are you going to do? It's sad, isn't it? Oh, wah, wah, wah. We've all been there. It's not you, it's me. I need to focus on other things. We've all heard that at some point, haven't we? But we're so compatible, yeah, but it doesn't matter. I need to concentrate on myself. I need to prioritize myself, Daniel. It's time I started seeing other radio technicians. I mean, we've all been there. We've all received that message of it's not you, it's me. It's just the timing. It's just not the right time and place. Life won't wait, says Daniel. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, your first girlfriend is your current girlfriend, right, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're lucky. You kind of knocked it out of the park. You gained extreme success early on. Marry that woman, Dan. By the way, you still have time to vote on the poll. Yeah, but I agree. I kind of somewhat agree with Vero here on this comment. Gigi Pond says, I go with false. Maybe timing gives you the chance, but compatibility bonds you and keeps you together. Oof, te une. Yeah, it bonds you, brings you together. I like that. It's true. Like timing is like an open door, right? The perfect timing, it's an open door. But once you walk through that door, is it compatibility that keeps you together? I'd say it is, isn't it? And the question is not what's the most important thing in starting a relationship. It's about love in general. So if it is about love in general, maybe compatibility is the most important thing. The timing is an open door you walk through, but the compatibility is the room into which you walk. Does that make sense? Have we shifted your needle at all, Dan, on this one? You were a false from the go, right?
Now I have doubts about.
Yeah?
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle. Yes. What was it that gave you pause? What was it that made you
because
doubt the most?
I think that if there's no compatibility, I mean, there's no reason for a relationship to be.
Yeah.
But also I think that timing is important.
Yeah.
Not all your life is your relationship. So.
Exactly.
But I also think that life won't wait. I mean, take a chance.
Take a chance. Yeah, I agree.
So it's in the middle point.
Yeah, it's a difficult one today. I mean, if these weren't difficult topics to talk about, then there'd be no point talking about them. To exercise those little grey cells, right? It's true. I mean, I'm on the same page as you, Dan. It's hard to imagine a strong level of compatibility and the timing not being right. I mean, I think we've all been there. Most of us have been there, right? It's not you, it's me. We've all heard that. But again, I think timing is an open door. The signals are right. Keep on driving. No U-turn. But, you know, if timing is an open door, I think compatibility is the room into which you walk and the nature of the relationship, right? The compatibility is what gives you the longevity. The timing is simply an opportunistic kind of, an area of opportunity to be exploited, right? I know it's quite unsavory terms to talk about love, but that is essentially what it is, right? Tough one today. Let's get into some comments I received on Instagram. Let me just do a little scrolling here, my friends. Again, thank you for your patience. The post-trivia shows are always a little ropey. Okay, let's go. Diego Santana. Timing plays a huge role, says Diego. It's very important, says Diego. You can meet the right person at the wrong time and it just doesn't work. I mean, in reality, there is, in the Venn diagram of what is important here, compatibility and timing, I think there is a huge overlap, isn't there? The Venn diagram, the intersection of those 2 points is quite large. Because if someone is focusing in on their career or they've just gotten out of a relationship, can you really say that you're all that compatible? I mean, you've got different values, aren't you? If one is focused on a personal relationship and the other is focused on work, then surely that is an issue in itself of compatibility. There is a large intersection here. Claire Moreau, first time writing to us, says, I don't think timing beats compatibility. Without compatibility, timing won't save it. There's some truth to that, isn't there? I mean, the timing can be perfect. 2 people who want a relationship, who want to move forward with one another, but sadly just incompatible. You know? Timing won't save that. The perfect timing is not gonna make that relationship work one way or another if there's no compatibility. Hamid Rezai, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Hamid, Rezaei. Both matter, but timing decides whether you even get a chance to try. Yeah, come on, man. Can we get a ProBoh proof, Hamid?
ProBoh approved.
This is my point, and this is what makes timing so important for me, is the fact if the door is closed, then you don't even get a chance to explore that compatibility, do you? If the door is closed, you never get a chance to walk through it. So it makes timing of absolute importance, doesn't it? Stephanie Lawson says, sometimes everything lines up except the moment. It's frustrating how much timing affects things. Yeah. Yeah, because we've all met people who are highly compatible with. But because of circumstance, the timing's not there. Perhaps they're in another relationship. Oh my God. And you have to be, you're in that position of unrequited love, right? Timing is important. But again, it's an opportunity, isn't it? Timing is nothing but an opportunity. It's a difficult one today, Dan. It's a difficult one today. And I keep on going back and forth. I, like you, am probably more in the grey on this one. If I had to choose, though, I think I'd be a false. I think I'd be fighting on the side of compatibility on this one. Oof, tough one. Well, the poll is over. Let me just take a look at the results. Okay, unsurprising. I'll just remind you of Instagram's results very, very quickly. So on Instagram, they said, okay, you guys are still voting, bless you. They voted true, 52% on true right now. We have got a very definitive result on our poll here among our thought leaders, our bohemians in the chat. Let's get to it. So I asked the question, or I made the statement, rather. Love is less about compatibility and more about timing. El amor trata menos de compatibilidad y más de timing. And you guys said 75% false. Happy with that result, Dan?
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, look, Compatibility is going to be the most important factor in the long term, isn't it? I think what makes timing appear or seem or feel so important is that you don't even get the chance if the timing's not right? You don't even get the chance to explore the possibilities when the timing is incorrect. But when we think about compatibility, those things, the glue that keeps people together, it has to be that takes the most importance, doesn't it? When you can smell your partner on your bed sheets, oh my God, or the evening habits, whether you cuddle up in the evening, you both enjoy the same TV shows, whatever it is, whatever compatibility means for you, though that's the glue that keeps two people together. But it is worth mentioning the importance of it behooves us to mention the importance of timing, right? Because if timing is indeed an opportunity, an open door, then if that door's closed, you never get to explore what's beyond it, do you? It All Costs Money says, the glue that keeps people together is RNA. Hello, chat, and hello, NEAI. How are you doing? It All Costs Money. Welcome. All right, so there you have it, folks. That's today's unpopular opinion. 75% of you said false. Love is more about compatibility, they say. And I think I'm inclined to agree. On that note, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God. It was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name something that both men and women use to get ready for a date. Nombra algo que tanto hombres como mujeres usan para prepararse para una cita. I asked them that question, they gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers. Your job in the audience is to identify those top 7 answers. Big thank you to Natalia, Carlos, Noel, Ivan GP, Ivan Samroff, Emily, Carmen, Ana Casan, Juan Arreo, MP Contel, just a metric ton of you. Thank you for interacting with us. If I didn't read your name, I still love you. Okay, Dan, what's something that both men and women use to prepare for a date?
I don't know if it's gonna be a stupid answer. I mean, I don't know which way the answers are gonna be.
Just give me the answer, Dan.
Deodorant.
Deodorant. Desodorante, you say, right?
Yes.
Is deodorant there? Yes, it is. Well done to you, Daniel. Yeah, that was probably one of the most obscure answers here. It's in 5th place. Well done to you. 11 of 100 humans said deodorant. Look at you. Let's see. It All Costs Money says their hands. Cologne says Artemisa. Well, we could say cologne or perfume, right? Perfume. Is perfume there? Natalia, Noel, Ivan GP, Ivan Samroff, Juan Arreo, MP Contel, bueno, a bunch of people. Emily on Instagram, all agree with that. Cologne, perfume, perfume. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Perfume is there. It's the 13 of 100 humans said that. It's in 2nd place. Well done. A toothbrush, says Artemisa. A toothbrush. Cepillo de dientes. Toothbrush. Is toothbrush there? Yes, it is. Well done. You guys are on fire today. Look at this. Toothbrush is there. Again, 11 over 100 humans said that. It's in 4th place. Let's take a little look at Instagram. Wow, some good answers here. Hair products. Ouch. Feel attacked, Dan. My hair product is turtle wax. Some great answers. That was from Emily. Anna Kasan says fancy clothes. Condoms, says Carmen. Surely that's for after the date, no? Or does that count as part of the date? I don't know. A watch. This is from Carmen as well. Mobile phone, so they're not late. All good answers, but they're not there. Wah, wah, wah. Let's go back to our audience, shall we? A comb, says Gigi Pons. A comb. A comb. Peine. That is also a word for something else, right, Dan? No?
Un peine.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
Nothing. I can't say it on the radio.
It has an I in the middle.
Okay.
Peine.
I'm certainly hoping to use mine when I go on a date. No, we're talking about a comb, a peine. Not the other thing. Although if you're very lucky, you will get to use it on a date. Is a comb there? By the way, feeling very attacked. Is a comb there?
Cancel.
Thank you, Dan. Yes, it is. Well done. A comb. Gigipon's on fire. Comb is there. It's the third most popular answer, with 11 of 100 humans saying a comb. Peine. Well done. I can't say that again because it's making my brain go crazy. Dan, stop laughing. You're a bad influence on me. Okay, let's see. Gigipons again with another great answer here. A mirror. A mirror. Espejo. A mirror. Is a mirror there? Yes, it is. Well done. Mirror is there with 10 of 100 humans. It's the 6th most popular answer. Well done. Okay, looking at there is one answer that nobody has said. And it's probably the thing that everybody uses, not just for a date, probably before going to work. Well, there are two kinds of people, Dan. People who use it in the morning or use it in the evening, as we've discussed on the show before. What is it, though? Artemisa says soap or shower gel. Very, very good. Let me go back to our friends on Instagram. Good perfume, cologne, clean underwear, says Emily. You know, my mum used to say to me, always wear clean underwear, son, because you never know what could happen. I think she imagined that I'd get hit by a car, the ambulance would arrive, and then not touch me because my underwear was dirty. Let's see. Mobile phone. Some great answers here. A lot of people saying like hair gel. Are they saying this on purpose just to aggravate me, Dan? I'm not even sure anymore. Gigipon says deodorant. We did mention deodorant earlier on. It was there. It was the 5th most popular answer. Well done. Okay, Eugene from Russia in the audience. He has an answer. That answer is echoed by Juan Arreo on Instagram and Carlos on Instagram. All three of them say a razor. Maquinilla de afeitar, you say. Or could you also say cuchillo? Cuchilla, thank you. Cuchillo is for eating, right?
Cuchillo is a knife.
Yeah. So, cuchilla. A razor, maquinilla de afeitar. Is a razor there? Yes, it is. Well done. Razor is there. 7th most popular answer with 5 of 100 humans. You're missing, friends, for the first time ever, the number 1 answer. Artemisa comes very close in the chat. She mentions the word. Some people do this in the morning to wake them up. Some people do it in the evening to help them get a good night's sleep. Either way, it makes them more clean. You know what it is, I think, Dan. Don't tell me. Artemisa's written something in the chat here. She says, a shower, ducha. Something that both men and women use to get ready for a date. Nombra algo que tanto hombres como mujeres usan para prepararse para una cita. That both men and women, tanto hombres como mujeres. Is a shower there, ducha? Yes, it is. Well done, Artemisa. Also, Raj and Mia in the chat, in Instagram, also said a shower. It's 35 of 100 humans. Number 1 answer. Guys, you have completed today's 100 humans. Well done. All right, let's go through the list. I asked 100 humans to name something, nombra algo, that both men and women, que tanto hombres como mujeres, use to get ready for a date. To get ready, prepararse. Usan para prepararse para una cita. In position number 7, with 5 of 100 humans, we had a razor, maquinilla de afeitar, or cuchilla. In position number 6, 10 of 100 humans said espejo. Espejo, a mirror. A mirror. In position number 5. With 11 of 100 humans, well done to you, Dan, and someone in the chat that said it. I can't find them right now. Oh, it was Gigi Pons, who said deodorant, desodorante, deodorant. Well done. In position number 4. Cepillo de dientes. Cepillo de dientes. A toothbrush. A toothbrush. In position number 3. Also with 11 of 100 humans, we had a comb. Peine. Not the other thing, a comb.
The other thing is not written like that.
I know it's not written like that, but it's pronounced very similar. Or at least to my uneducated British ear, it sounds almost exactly the same, Dan. Both things you can use on a date if you're lucky.
But you're not gonna use the other one in your head?
No, probably not. I mean, I'm not going to use either on my head, am I, Dan? Let's be honest. If you don't know what we're talking about, ask your mum and dad. Or search Google. A comb is there. Peine. 11 of 100 humans. Well done. In position number 2. We had perfume, perfume, or cologne, or aftershave. Some kind of a scent. Perfume. 13 of 100 humans said that. In position number 1. We had ducha. Well done. 35 of 100 humans said that. Look at you guys, on fire, completing today's 100 humans. Thank you. Just enough time for me to let you know that the next trivia night will be on the 2nd of June, as you know, always on the first Tuesday of every month. We have yet to announce the host for the next trivia night, but fear not, we will do that eventually. You have to keep listening, friends. Have to keep listening to your favorite radio station. Again, a big thank you for making this the most listened to show on the station. I appreciate that. So does Dan. You can find the show on all good podcast directories, as you well know. Thank you for leaving your reviews and so many kind words that were expressed last night. Again, a big thank you to Nicole, Avril, well, basically all of Noel's family, Juanan, Cami from Segovia, Vera, Artemisa, Sandra, all my friends and listeners who joined me last night. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. And it always fills me with an immense gratitude when you actually show up for the radio. It is the best. So thank you so much. And I will leave you with the number you need to call if you want to improve your English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, German. It is 91133-91133-5833. Find out how we can level up your language learning abilities right here at Vaughan. Guys, I'll see you next time.